Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of this project on Mesolight visual channel. Today we're moving forward with another challenge. We're creating a cinema details. We have already created the impression, the artistic impression for this. I have an image that rendered previously for this cinema, but there are quite a number of changes that we're going to do for this. We're going to relocate the door, put it towards the corner, but we're not interested much on the design. But what we're interested here is for the site, at the site, to start digging and preparing for the casting concrete of the seating. So that's more like it today. So the other details will come later while we're doing the fittings and the acoustics of this space. So yeah, like I said, we're interested on doing the layout and having all the details necessary for the contractor to start working on the cinema or on this area. So like I said, here you see it as a blank. There's nothing really placed on it. I'll change the graphic override to something like color so that you can see. So what you need to do is to start with the layout, the seating arrangement, like I said. So I'm going to move this door right by the entrance here. So the projection will be this side, and that means it will be sloping to that direction. So here we're going to have a seating at a 0 level, and then when it goes that towards to this, projection will be dropping down the levels. So that's basically that. I've done this before with another project that is already completed, but I have some few things that I want to reuse from that project. So this was the TV room as well. So I'm going to copy the whole layout so that you can come and see. Let's copy it, or before we copy it, let's check on 3D how it was done. So that was basically the seating arrangement and the concreting of this area. So as you can see, here is the floor finished level, and then once you're dropping down towards the projection site. I think that's what we're going to borrow the similar idea or the same idea to what we are going to do there. So yeah, let me copy everything. I'll copy all this by Control C and wait for it to copy. Let's go back to our project. Then I'm going to paste it. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing this. Brother, it's early in this video, so we need to move fast as much as possible. Okay, let me right click and paste the elements that have been copied. So I'll just use the center of the screen to place. All right, so because our seating is facing that direction to the projection of the screen, so I'll first let me just place the screen first. Open object settings, and then you can type and search the TV. I'm going to use just the TV screen from the library. So the different versions here, I'll pick this one, and this is going to be mounted on the wall. So I'll pick the support. Let's move forward. Because it's a big screen, we're going to customize the size. So I'm gonna change the ratio to custom, and the width is going to be maybe 1.5, then the height, let's make the height 1000, but lucky let's make it 1.2, and then this 1.8. I don't know what inches are they, but just creating something that would work. So the glass kitchen also is important. It's a residential appliance, of which is great. I can come here under the specification and just say let's say theater projection screen. What am I doing? Projection screen, and then yeah, okay, let's place it there. Make sure you Control E to rotate that way. Let's move it to here. Okay, I'm not happy with the graphics of this, so what I'll do, I'll uncheck the line type so that it can or just change it to continuous. And let's open the settings. Under TV settings, we want the representation and surfaces, and then let's get rid of the fill background pen to transparent. Let's use a transparent. Hit OK. Nice, we have something like that. That will be the projection side, even though I feel it's still small, but the one that we're going to use is going to be right flat with the, it depends, it's this type of the screen that will be fitted, but let's just leave it here because we can also create some wood cladding to this to cover the screen. But let me increase the size a bit. Allow me to do that. Let me use it, say 2.5. Yes, you can have screens of that size, and then this one will be 1.5. Okay, perfect. So let's check with the height. The height should be, I think we would need a section here, both this direction and then vertical. So I'll pick the section tool. Let's cut a section here. Mind where you are placing your section because you don't want to disturb other elements. It's always the case when you're dealing with construction drawings. So it's always tight to place an information, but it's important to have information. But you can imagine once now the project is populating a lot of data, you can see now it becomes a mess, but you need to come up with a plan on how you're going to organize your information without disturbing the readability of all the elements. So it's important. So whatever you're doing, be aware of how you are placing it. So I'm going to have another section this direction. I think here is going to be tight. Let me move it to cut this door as well. Stretch it to there, and then you'd want to check how it doesn't affect the upper floor. Let's see, this one is much better. Yeah, the problem is on this one. The problem is on this. Okay, you know how I'm going to control this, because this section was meant for only the cinema. All right, instead of using a section line, I'm going to use the elevation, but the elevation won't cut. It won't cut because I'm interested on having the underneath the foundation or the concrete for the cinema. So if I don't cut this area that way, rather, can we restrict this to the upper floor? No, we cannot do that. I don't think so. We should be accessing floor plan and section. Okay, maybe somewhere here we can get something. No way. No way. Okay, that restricts me to have just one section. Let me just delete this one. Delete. And then, all right, I'll remain with just one. Okay, let's see if we open that section, what will we get? Right, this is the cinema. If you remember the previous video, we creating this door. If you want to check that video, the one for the schedule, we're creating a door schedule, so door and window schedules, in-depth tutorial about that. So let me put the link on the description so that you can go and check this, or you can check the top right corner for you to see how we came about this. Right, so that's the height, decent height for our cinema, but it can drop because we're going to have a dip in here. So let's set it to maybe to 400 or 300. It's subject to change. Let's just leave it there, and then what I'll do, go back to the floor plan, and then these are slabs that I've already used. Let me just mark you this and show you on 3D. It's basically that this was made up of a slab. It's nothing complex, so it's just staggering at the height of a step, so that you can have the seating like that. So I'm just going to reuse this. So here we're at 0. Let's see, here we're at 0. I'll take it and then move it to, let's move it there, something like that. That's our 0. Let's move. I'm sure this double door will work for us, but if it doesn't, we'll have to get rid of it because it's not doing us justice. So that means 0 will be right by the door. Wait in. And then let's take this guy, or maybe let me mirror it horizontal like so. Oh, what's wrong with you? Control M. Oh, I want to mirror everything. Control M. What's wrong with you? Mirror like so. Okay. And then ungroup this because it messed up our situation here. Alright. And then what I'm looking for is the chair sitting. Let's place it and see. Alright. Already you could tell I can have the first seat right on 0. Yeah, I think that's important. Let's have the first row just there. Perfect. So that we can have at least another row here. Let's open the settings. This is let's see, this is a 23 library. I would want to upgrade this to, it's important to, because I'm using ArchiCAD 26, I would want to upgrade this to ArchiCAD 26 version as well for future references, because it's important to be on times with the version. So what I'll do, I'll pick parameters of this. It's easy to upgrade. Pick parameters like I'm doing, and then while it's still selected, open the settings. So I can say go back here, and then under library 26, let's go for finishes, and I think it's under finisher layout, which is here. We're going to now Control Alt to inject into this. It will pick the parameters of everything of that what you call, it will pick parameters of the previous object. So if you go to classification and properties, you would see it didn't pick the classification. Let's check on the size. No, because we didn't do anything in terms of that. It's just the size and organization. Then we hit OK. It's now under 26. Nothing have changed. The seating, the position of it, and everything remains the same. But what I want to do is to add another row here, because we still have a lot of space there. Let me open that, and then say number of rows supposed to be 4. Then hit OK. Oh, like I said, this will be, yes, it will be like that. The first row will be here, second row, just blah blah blah. So it's easy. Once you open this door, you can use this passage for circulation and go all the way, or you go the other way around. So you are always you always have room to circulate. Perfect. So let's open the section and see what is the arrangement. Alright, so what I want to do, because this, let's drop it down there. Yes. I've realized that the first row we would have to have it on because this is 80 on 0. How much is this? 260. Let's have it 250, and then move it at the top. We have a step over the existing, over the 0 point, so that we can have a clearance. So now there will be a step here, but I don't think it's going to happen because this door opens to the inside. So we need to have this. Let's get rid of that. Go back. What I'm saying is that this will be at 0 here, or else we do this, gentlemen. We move this the door position somewhere here. So if we say here at 0, I don't think that will work. Let's just keep it there. Let's get rid of this guy. Okay, let's do it on 3D. I mean on a section. I'm going to get rid of this guy and then drop this guy down to the floor finish. Right, let's move the, we can just use this for modeling purposes, and then we can, after, we can reposition it to whatever points we want. So this is basically the seating arrangement. So what I'm going to do is to pick all these guys now. What are these? Let's say delete you. Okay, right. Let me just pick a slab. I don't think I need those guys. I'll pick a slab. Let me see the width of the slab. It was around 1.2. Okay, so from this seat going this direction, I'm going to have this 3675 7.5 by 1.2. Perfect. Let's move this right by the corner. Nice. So that we have enough room for our slab. Something like that. Yes. And then this will move somewhere here by the edge. Let's make a copy. Make sure it's properly positioned. Now we can move a copy to here, move another copy to there. So what we do, this area will be the same level to the screen. So if you come here, what we are saying is that you select all of them like this, drop down this by, we're dropping it by 250, right? Drop down to here. Okay, and then take these two as well, drop down to there, and then this to here. Simple. And then from there, we're going to carve this area because we don't need this slab. Go back to the ground and select your floor finish or your floor slab. There we go. Pick this. We can use the opening tool because it's parametric. So I think, yeah, select the select where you want to punch in your, oh, it's not showing. Okay, but anyway, let's, maybe I didn't do something right. It has to be on 0, and then select this. It's nothing. Check on section, maybe there's something happened. Oh, there's nothing. Let's do it manual. Select that, pick one of the points, and pick subtract tool from the pet palette, and then draw a rectangle. The geometry method we're using is a rectangle. We can use a polygon and a rotated rectangle. Let's do this. But here we are punching a hole up to here because here it's at 0, right? But yes, right. No, but I think let's just use the same material for the modeling purposes and 3D purposes. Let's just do it that way. I can pick this, have a copy, then drag it to there. This one has to be on 0. Let's check on a 3D. Yeah, so that's basically how we should be, right? But let's check on the 3D first. Let's show this on 3D. I'm going to show only this level instead of, because the heavy marquee would now cut across all the floors. So I'll just use the first marquee and then F5 to show selection marquee. And then let's fit in window so that we can see what we created so far. Yes, that's basically it. Pretty simple, right? So if we say we are cutting a heavy marquee so that we can even cut the foundations. Yeah, that's basically it. I feel this row is too close to the screen, right? What do you think? I'm going to take the last row out. Let's just have 3, and then we move this guy here. Check on the section, make sure they are sitting on the correct position. Yeah, we have some little bit of discrepancy here because this is supposed to be on 0, no, on 30. Yes, nice. Check on 3D. Yeah, because we need a little bit of space in front here. It's great. Now you cannot cast the concrete like this, so we need some bit of overlap of this slabs, so overlap of maybe 200. Same applies to these guys. Just have an overlap of 200. Okay, that's exactly how you do it. Okay, so from here the majority of stuff is done now. So if you can also appreciate it on the section, you can see how everything's coming together. And if we check on 3D, because it's dropping down to here, we have an issue of the exposed brick coming from the foundation. Obviously you cannot plaster and finish the foundation, right? But in this situation we're going to have to do that. So the different ways of doing it, you can cheat, because we're still not going to use that information to do anything. Rather, we can only cheat for these 2 foundation walls. Let's see. I haven't applied a surface using the surface painter on a complex profile. Let's see, maybe it will work. That will be the first time trying this. So let's open document menu and bring in surface painter under creative imaging part. Let's see what will happen. Let me drag it somewhere here. I'm going to pick parameters of the wall, and then if I say surface, well, the problem is affecting even the footing concrete. But anyway, it's not big of a problem, so I'll leave it that way for the time being. And then close. Let's see the side. It's also affected both sides, but like I said, yeah, it's not a big of a problem. This one I'll leave it like so. Let me bring all the layers. Let's see. Yes, okay. And then the rest of the information need to be left for the engineer, so I'm not going to do anything. The specifications on how, as the engineer, I just gave him the the basics or the foundation for him to now calculate the bending moment, bending schedules for this concrete. Yeah, thanks again, so guys. Once again, it's been a great journey with you. Like I said in the previous videos, we've managed to reach or surpass the 10k subscribers, of which it's a work in progress. So let us guys be the ambassadors of this channel, so that we can invest more on trying to improve our videos, to share with you some very valuable skills with you guys. So yeah, thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.